Hello, everybody. Today, this is Edward Kingsley Williams here. We're working with the youth, doing basketball training, skills drills, just going through different things, things that you can apply in your life as well. Because they're working with obstacles, like the pop-up things that they dribble through and go around. We've got some big, tall, extra D-man, defensive players, real tall. This is just like in your life. You have to overcome certain obstacles. You have to overcome certain things. Sometimes you can go above it. Sometimes you have to go around it or go below it. So that's what we want to work on with the kids. So it's not just about training in basketball. It's also training in life. That's what we want to help do for you and bring to you all. So I love you all. Tune in for today. Make it a great day.
Hit it, King. Family on three. Family on.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody's doing all right. Today. The Network King Lady Williams here. So definitely just want to come on for a minute. I am actually doing this live broadcast right now because there's some things I want to address. I want to go ahead and address this and to help. This what I'm saying right now is not to hurt. It's not to hurt anybody, but I feel like this thing is hurting some people. But it's not to hurt people, but it is. If it hurts anybody, it's gonna hurt the ones who are doing wrong. Let me put it that way. If it hurts somebody, it's gonna hurt the ones that are doing wrong. It's gonna help those who are trying to do right. So I'm gonna say it that way. So if it's gonna hurt anybody, it's gonna hurt the ones who are doing wrong, and it's gonna help the ones who are doing right. But I'm trying to do this to help people, not to hurt people. But if it's gonna hurt anybody, it's only gonna hurt the ones that are doing wrong. Parents, sports parents, youth sports parents, listen to me carefully. I hope you take what I'm about to say. You can chime in on it. So people feel free to chime in on what I'm talking about, what I'm saying here. Please be aware. Please be advised and be aware. Do your research when you're looking for youth travel ball teams, youth travel organizations. Reason why I'm saying do your research is because you need to determine, and this is for the parents, you can determine or you talk with trainers, coaches to kind of figure out what level your child is at. Everybody who's saying that they're competitive sports travel ball isn't always being totally open and honest on what level they're saying. And what I'm saying is, you get a lot of people out here saying, yeah, we're an AAU travel ball organization. But they're not registered with the AAU. They're not a part of the AAU. They're not affiliated with the AAU. So if they're not registered with the AAU, they are not an AAU organization. They're not that style of competitive. Now, there are other levels of competitive ball out there. You've got USBA. You've got RISE and, all these other ones out there. Now, you also have what's called rec league ball. And you have some levels of, you have some travel rec league teams. Most of your travel rec league teams travel in their area, in their community. They're going to play some games, do some sports right there in their community. Everybody gets to play, whatever, and all that stuff. The rules are a little bit different. In competitive sports ball, the higher competitive levels, when you're talking AAU, it's a little bit different. The cost factor is a little bit different. There's a cost for your child to join AAU. There's like a $14 or you got a choice, $14 or $16 for your child to join an AAU. I know it's around that range, 14 to 16. It could be 16, 18, but it's around that range. Because one extends a little bit of coverage if they do other leagues and stuff like that. But there's some cost into it per child. And if teams decide to get in tournaments, there's cost and fees to get in those tournaments. And the fees cost are higher than the local rec league fees. Normally, they are higher. Reason being because you're at a higher level of competition. Refereeing is supposed to be a little bit more higher level because obviously the pay scale for the referees is up more. And that's not saying referees don't do their job in rec leagues. I'm just saying pay goes up a little bit more refs in those levels of tournaments and stuff like that. And so it's just a higher level. But parents, do your research. Do your research. Please be aware, because there are people out there that are saying, "Oh yeah, we're a competitive organization. We're a competitive team. We are, we're AAU affiliated, da da da," and they're not. You can go to AAUsports.org and you can pull up teams. You can do your research. You can go online on these competitive level organizations. You can go online and see what teams are part of them, or you can make phone calls or emails to find out. So if you want your child to play in those level type situations, you just do your research and check, and you're going to find what teams, what organizations are part of those types of things. And then you got other areas, other teams that play, like I said, local travel. And if that's your choice, you don't want to travel out the area, out of your area, stuff like that, then, the local rec league travel stuff may be better for you. But now, when you're talking to competitive like AAU, USAB, and stuff like that, some of those are going to go outside of your city, outside of your state. So there's going to be other fees, hotel fees involved, travel, gas expenses, stuff like that. Like I said already, to get into the tournaments, there's a fee to get into the tournaments. The price of the games, the entry might be a little bit more than what it is at the rec league games. I mean, I'm just telling you, this is the thing. I'm helping you right now because a lot of people don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people. Some people don't know. And I know that some people don't know because I've had people ask me and they're like, well, I don't understand. What's this? And then, you got people saying, well, this person's telling me this person's telling me that over there. Here's your advice right now. Here's your help to help you. And I hope that people will share this and let other people know, because people need to know this. People need to know about this and see this stuff, and that way they can kind of have a heads up about it. If you do choose to do, certain types of sports, I mean, obviously, depending on the talent of your kid, the level you feel like your kid is at, and most coaches, trainers will give you good assessments of your child. And some of these sports AAU teams, they will have fees. I mean, let's just break it out there. Some of the teams are going to have fees. I mean, you can see anywhere from, from no money for what they may charge for their organization up to $1,000 per child with some organizations. But, it's about what they include and what they're providing. Some are providing, training, gym, other stuff, uniforms and all of that, shoes and everything. So, you got to factor in, there's some cost involved. You just have to see what that organization is including in their cost. And that too will help you as well, because some organizations, they like to have all their kids in the same shoes, and stuff like that. So there's a shoe fee involved. The uniforms cost, folks. I mean, depending on who they're getting uniforms from, there's cost factors involved. I mean, you got uniform companies out here. Some are $40, $50 per uniform, on up to some being $300, $400 per uniform. I mean, depending on who they going through. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, depends on who they go through, who's making the uniforms, and what all they get with the uniforms. Because some teams do bags, hats, warm-ups, jackets. I mean, the whole nine. But this is where I'm saying, once again, do your research. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask the coaches. Ask the organizations. Whatever it is you're looking at. Ask these questions. Everybody's fee is different. Everybody's situation is different. Each organization's situation is different. Is your child going to play? That's up on that organization and how they do that part. But what I'm talking about right now is to help make you aware, so that you are, alert enough that you ask some of the right questions, to the organizations, to the teams, to the coaches, and, do your research. Some teams do fundraisers. Some teams just say, hey, the parents are paying it. The parents got the money to pay it, so the parents are paying it out of pocket. So those are things that also are happening as well. So you've got to look at these things and consider this stuff. But there are cost factors involved in this. There are cost factors involved in that stuff. but make sure you do your research of the teams that you're deciding to join and what level you want your child to grow to. What levels do you want your child at? Some people may say, hey, my child isn't that talented right now. They just need to do the rec league to kind of learn the fundamentals and just go there and be okay. That's all right. Other parents have kids that the kids are a little more experienced, a little more developed, with a little more skill set. And and they may want to go the travel route, and the more travel competitive route, I guess the word I need to say on that. They want to go to the higher competitive levels because ultimately, when at them higher competitive levels, you got kids and teams they're playing from other cities, other states, even other countries, and stuff like that. So just do your research, be aware, and do your research. Too, hopefully that, if there's any people out there that are saying they are, AAU travel teams or USAB travel teams or, any of these organizations that they're saying they're a part of them, hopefully they will join and be a part of them instead of just telling people that and just getting people's money and they only doing local games. Now, there's nothing wrong with if a team is, and there are some teams out there that are AAU affiliated, USAB affiliated, and they still go play in some of the local tournaments to get their kids geared up and get them right, kind of get them in the flow and the runs to work on stuff and fine tune it. And they go out to the bigger tournaments and do the other tournaments as well, and also do the competitive tournaments in different organizations. Now, there are some that do that. But once again, ask these questions. You need to ask the questions. So just be aware, be alert, do your research. And, hopefully that will help you all. So once again, this is Network King Lee Williams. Thank you all for tuning in. Love y'all. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Today. Make it a great one. Those of y'all who come to Skills and Drills night, 6 o'clock, every Tuesday. We do it every Tuesday. And also we'll be adjusting the schedule with that soon. But Skills and Drills night, 6 o'clock in Johnson City. So I definitely hope to see you there. And, we're going to leave this on this message here. Mountains. Make sure you check it out.
There's a lot of time that people talk about mountains. And a lot of people say, oh, when I can get this mountain moved. Oh, God, will you move this mountain? A lot of times God has placed that mountain there for you not to move it. It's almost like when you're kids, people who have children, the kid come up and says, can I have $20 or can I have $50? You just normally don't give that kid $20 or $50. You ask the kid to work for it, right or wrong. So a lot of times that's what God is doing in our lives, where he wants you to put forth some effort and work. He's not wanting to move that mountain for you. He didn't place that mountain there for it to just move out of your way. He placed it there so that you would climb it. Because whenever you climb it, you'll actually see a difference. You're making an effort. Because when you get to the top of that mountain, what you see at the top of that mountain is you get to look at the situation below from a different view. You can see it from 10,000 feet, from 20,000 feet. You get to assess the situation, because then you're not in the midst of the storm that's down at the bottom of that mountain that you were trying to get moved out of your life. Whenever you got it, when you're able to be up on top of that mountain, you also can get a little closer to where you can hear the message of what's being told to you, what's being trying to be given to you. Because when you're down in the midst of all the storm, it's too much commotion where you can't see or you can't hear what's going on, and you're not focused. So instead of asking to move the mountain, climb the mountain. Take some effort. Even if you got to get something to attach in and pick into the mountain and reach and climb, get a rope, get a way to pull yourself up, but get yourself to where you can get to the top of that mountain, and then you'll find your decision. Because what that's doing as well is separating you from something. It's separating you from either some trouble or situation. It's separating you so you can clear your mind and so you can think whenever you get on top of that mountain. Stop asking to move the mountain and instead work to climb the mountain. Today, the Network King Lee Williams here. Make it a great one.